was the resounding winner of a special election on April 1st for the unfinished term of mayor on the Clinton City Council. With friends and family in attendance, she took the oath of office to complete the 2-year term.
I, Helen Michelossi,
I, Helen Michelossi,
having been elected to the office of mayor
having been elected to the office of mayor
in the city of Clinton, Illinois,
in the city of Clinton, Illinois,
in the county of DeWitt,
the county of DeWitt,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of mayor
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
City officials continue their efforts to crack down on properties that violate city code, while to the contention of some residents last night, Commissioner Ballinger, Dan Ballinger that is, implored residents to also keep their grass mowed.
I can tell you that I'm someone who
Also, Bobby mentioned grass in our ordinance. This is just kind of weird he did, but we got to push on cleaning properties up around town. Grass is a big part of it. I drove around night, and there's many yards that are a foot tall. The appearance of your house, no matter how nice you make it, if you don't mow your grass, and that grass goes clear to the city street. Yeah, you don't own the property that some of it you mow, but it just makes your house look nicer. It's called pride. So I'm just asking everybody to try to get your yards mowed. We got some city properties we're working on. I got with Steve, and he's mowing them as we speak. We just did the brownstone. I drove by. It's taken care of. We got some others. So we're holding ourselves accountable also. We got Doc Allen's across the road we're taking care of. So it's not, we're just going after, we're taking care of our own too. So please try to keep your yards mowed up.
City Administrator Tony Harris also had an update on Kiwanis Park and getting new playground equipment installed.
Well, Steve and I met the rep out there last Tuesday, I believe it was, last week. They made a site visit just to give us direction, give basically Steve direction as to grading and what all needs to be done in preparation for them to come out and do the install and the lay the flooring. Right now, we have an install date toward the end of August. We're working with them, trying to get that moved up. If they can spin up a second crew, it's possible they can get it done earlier, but there's no guarantee. So that's where we're at.
The council Tuesday night also approved the appointments of Fire Chief Stephen Page, Assistant Fire Chief Dan Ballinger Jr., and Sexton Cameron Wilford. Additionally, a new canine unit for the Clinton Police Department was approved, as well as a water tower cleaning. School leaders in Illinois are watching closely the latest legislative cycle, anticipating action on a proposed cell phone ban in schools. Dr. Emily Widener is the superintendent of Cerro Gordo schools and notes while they don't have a hard cell phone ban, they do not allow cell phones in classrooms.
We have basically our students have their cell phones off and away during the school day. So not strictly like a cell phone ban like is being discussed. And then in classrooms, teachers have various ways of dealing with it. Some teachers have little cubbies where the students put their phones into that. Others, it just has to be off and away or, sometimes in the locker, that kind of thing. So for the most part, you won't see cell phones out in the classrooms at Cerro Gordo.
Like many of her peers, Dr. Widener hopes Illinois lawmakers would allow schools to make their own decisions.
I guess I would prefer that it be handled at the local level. I think generally that's what most of us would probably prefer, is that we get to make those decisions locally and not have something handed down that we're forced to do. However, in this case, it really would be kind of a moot point for us because we're already pretty much not allowing them in the classrooms.
With 25 years in education, Dr. Widener says you get used to lawmakers regulating a lot in education. While frustrating, she believes it shows how much people care about education and how important it is.
Yeah, this is my 25th year in education, so I've been through a lot of presidents, I've been through a lot of Congresses, governors and things like that, and so have lived through the No Child Left Behind and different things like that with Common Core state standards. So I think in education, we get used to a lot of mandates and a lot of laws and a lot of changes, and we're pretty flexible on adapting to those things because we have to be over time. But I also think it speaks to the fact that we're so regulated and there are so many mandates for us that it shows that education is important. And people, our legislators, our politicians see it as a lever to improve society. And I agree with that. That's why we get into it.
Dr. Widener believes there is a chance between banning cell phones and there is a balance, between banning cell phones and still allowing kids the ability to be connected without it being a distraction. A Mount Pulaski graduate is working his way through the Illinois Department of Natural Resources Conservation Police Field Training Program. Noah Riedel is in the second phase of his field training with DNR. Get more on that story today at DeWittDailyNews.com. Sports is next.
Shane here from Highway 51 Exchange, just south of Clinton. Let us service your lawn and garden equipment for spring with our quick turnaround and service specials for free pickup and delivery. Click our icon on DeWittDailyNews.com for details.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Graduation is a big step into the world of work and responsibility. Our graduating seniors are moving on to meet that responsibility and looking forward to making their contribution to the future of that world. Today, we salute the members of the class of 2025 and wish them all the best as they embark on the next chapter of their lives. Congratulations on a job well done.
Congratulations to the 2025 graduates from Lincoln Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Lincoln. Visit lincolncdjr.com for more info.
As the seasons change, so does all the stuff in the air that trigger allergy season. CEO Paul Scourin here from Warner Hospital and Health Services, reminding you our walk-in clinic inside our Family Medicine Center is ready to treat those allergies that have you sneezing, blowing your nose, and just making you miserable. No appointment? No problem. Get to our walk-in clinic inside our Family Medicine Center at Warner Hospital at Health Services in Clinton and get feeling better fast.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. Braden Parker scored the winning run on a passed ball in the bottom of the seventh inning, and Clinton rallied thrice to top Central A&M 10-9 in Central Illinois Conference High School baseball action Tuesday at Clinton High School. The Maroons went up 3-2 on a Cole Fintrist to a home run in the first inning. In the bottom of the third, Josh Bass stayed hot, connecting for a solo home run, and then trailing 9-8 in the bottom of the seventh. Fintrist scored the tying run on a Raiders error. Then, with Parker on third, he scored the winning run on a wild pitch, securing the thrilling win. Jack Manning led Clinton going 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and an RBI. Bass was 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 runs batted in. Fintrist finished 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, and 2 RBIs, while Ryan Pine had a double and 2 RBIs. Jackson Reynolds also had a double with an RBI, and Colton Walker had a double. The Maroons even its record at 12-12 overall and 6-4 in the Central Illinois Conference. They host Lincoln on Friday. Hear the action right here on WHOW and all our digital platforms. Maroa-Forsyth blanked Riverton 10-0 in Sangamo Conference High School baseball action Tuesday in Forsyth. The Trojans offense got off to a quick start, plating 2 runs in the bottom of the first and adding 3 more in the second to go up 5-0, leading 6-0 in the fourth. Gunnar Larner hit a double to center, bringing home Mitch Williams and Tate Brendenberg. Grady Rose followed with a sac fly, scoring Ace Giles. And Caden Rose later singled to center, driving in Caden Blunt to cap the scoring and end the game with a 10-0 run rule victory. Caden Rose was outstanding on the mound for the Trojans, pitching a complete game, 5-inning shutout. He allowed just 3 hits and struck out 7. Larner paced Maroa-Forsyth going 1 for 3 with a double and 3 RBIs. Rose was 2 for 3 with an RBI. Giles was 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI, while Mitch Williams and Brendenberg each went 1 for 4, and Colby Parrott went 1 for 3 with a double. The Trojans go to 17-6 overall and 7-1 in the Sangamo Conference. They visit Tri-Valley on Wednesday. In a game heard on WHOW and all its digital platforms, the Clinton Lady Maroons led 7-6 heading into the top of the seventh, but allowed the Central A&M Lady Raiders to score the last three and fell 9-7 in Central Illinois Conference high school softball action Tuesday night in Clinton. The Maroons were led by Riley Fentress, who was the Serve Pearl of Piatt DeWitt County's player of the game. She was 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs and scored a run and walked once. Annalise Thompson was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, while Avery Smith went 1 for 4 with a run scored. Olivia Haynes spent all 7 innings in circle for the Maroons. She allowed 9 runs on 10 hits and struck out 5. Central A&M was led by Sophie Rowe, who was 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Olivia Kirby was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and scored twice. Holly Parody finished 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. With the loss, the Maroons fall to 5-15 overall and 1-6 in the CIC. Central A&M is 12-13 and 4-4 in CIC play. The Lady Maroons have a break until Friday when they take on Rantoul at 4:30. Monticello scored 8 runs in the 4th inning, rolling to a 14-5 win over Sullivan in non-conference high school softball action on Tuesday. Trailing 4-3 heading into the bottom of the 4th, the Lady Sages bats came alive. The rally began with a single by Cassidy Stoffel, scoring Sadie Walsh and Lucy Leatherwood. Allie Widener followed with a double, bringing in Thea Key and Stoffel. The extra base hits continued when Avery Schweitzer doubled, scoring Ashley Stuyvesant and Widener. Lucy Leatherwood then added another double, driving in Schweitzer. The inning's offensive fireworks concluded with a double from Walsh, scoring Leatherwood to push Monticello's lead to 11-4. Stoffel led the offensive charge, going 4 for 5 with 4 RBIs. Walsh added 2 doubles and 2 RBIs, while Schweitzer and Leatherwood each had a double with 2 runs batted in. The Lady Sages are 20-5 overall. They travel to Maroa-Forsyth this afternoon. Maroa-Forsyth rolled to an easy win over Riverton, 19-3 in a run rule. Sangamo Conference win Tuesday in Maroa. Callie Kaler doubled in Danny Hovey in the first, and Maggie Ravenscraft blasted a home run to center in the second. J.C. Ravenscraft earned the win in circle for the Lady Trojans, pitching 4 innings, allowing 3 runs on 5 hits with 3 strikeouts. Maroa-Forsyth is 10-8 overall and 4-4 in the Sangamo. They will host Monticello Wednesday. Get sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Graduation means a new beginning for our community's young people. Some of them are going on to pursue advanced education. Some have already taken full-time jobs. And others are headed for apprenticeships in their chosen field or are entering military service. But whatever they do next, we want the members of the class of 2025 to know that we wish them every success in their future endeavors.
This message is brought to you by Piatt County Collision Center, located at 1200 Bear Lane in Monticello. We're very proud of all your accomplishments, 2025 graduates.
Experience the power of better connection with Connexus Fiber Internet. Connexus delivers ultra-fast, reliable speeds to keep you connected at the speed of life. Whether you're working from home, streaming your favorite shows, or gaming with your friends, Connexus has you covered. Say goodbye to buffering and dropped calls and say hello to Fiber Fast Internet. Ready to upgrade your connection? Sign up today by clicking the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Nothing connects us like Connexus.